As Canline 25 approaches, anticipation is running high across the global advertising and creative community. To speak about its many facets, I have with me today Rajdeepak Das, CCO Publicis Groupe South Asia and Chairman Leo South Asia, sharing his creative vision, India's global presence, agency strategy, and his personal perspective on the evolving landscape of advertising. On that note, a very warm welcome to you, Raj.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you for having me.
So, Raj, overall, Leo has had a very strong run at Canlines over the past few years. What's your creative lens for Canline 25? Are there any particular, pieces of work that you believe capture the spirit of this year's festival in particular?
I think it's been we've been trying. So I'll not say we've been a good run because just because we're just having a what do you call it, doing work and doing for work for Cannes. But I think for a couple of years we have been trying to see what can we do next, and I think that's one of the biggest things that we've been trying to see. What is the new human problem we can solve and everything. I think you said that all this that's not going to go away anywhere. Now, what is the human problem? What is the brand problem you're solving? And even this year, you're going to say the same thing. Doesn't matter. It's in India. It's globally. You're going to see brands coming out to solve a simple human problem, or advertising or creative communication trying to solve a brand problem. You will keep on seeing that. Um, that there is no going to change, but we can see some like globally. The good thing is we just saw the results of DNAD, and that also show every piece of work not part of Cannes is going to come this year's Cannes, going to be part of 2025 Cannes. We can see some really interesting piece of work. I think globally, some from India also, because a lot of work are coming out from India. Just now we are seeing it. So finger crossed, yeah. Let's see. India will have a good year. We'll have a good year.
All right. So, Raj, help me understand from the idea to the execution part of it. What does the journey of a Canline entry look at, Leo? Is there a certain process or mindset that you encourage your teams to adopt?
I think what's important for us every time when we start getting any brief is how we're going to impact billion people's life, and that is a line that always stays for you, impacting a billion, and that is the core thing that we look into it. And the second thing we look into it is how to make that scale happen, how to make it idea that is impacting but also reach. Reach is one of the biggest thing that we are trying to battle that every single time, because you can't have this much budget and do this much talk. But if you have this much budget, how can you make that reach that much people? So that's one of the battle that we're constantly doing. But also for us, it's not about how you reach Cannes. It's about have you tried something different or not every single day.
Okay.
And I think and that's our everyday battle, everyday challenges, creative people, other part of the creative industry. So like we say, there is four people who are very important in your industry. The people who are thinking, people who are selling it, people who are executing it, and people who are packaging it so the world can see in a very different light.
Yeah.
I think all the four parts are very important, and one person can do maximum two or maximum three maybe role. So you have to have a massive team to do certain kind of work. And the other thing that we look into very important for is epic brand, epic work. You know what I mean? Are we doing for the biggest brand? Not just because of some CSR work or doing nothing wrong with the CSR work, but is it actually a brand problem we're solving?
Yeah.
I think that challenge always we keep it to ourselves, and that's how we manage to make some big piece of work come out every year.
Sure. Very well put. All right. I'm taking the liberty of asking you, Raj, what does the Canline really mean to you personally? Has the value of winning a lion really evolved over the years for you?
And you were asking me a question when I got up in the morning, and my wife said that's the same thing.
Okay.
It's very good to stop.
Great women think alike, you know.
That's true. That's true. I'll tell you what, like, this because it's still every day. Just before Cannes, I start having sleepless nights, because it's like exams, right? The results are coming out. You don't know who was the invigilator who is going to take the answer sheets and everything.
Correct.
What mood he or he was, I have no
Correct.
idea about that. Does he or he understands what I'm talking about? or you know what I mean, or that's where fancy to do something. It's a lot of things that goes in your head. But I think it still matters because it's like a farming season ends. You know what I mean? The farming season, you do the farming and it ends, but doesn't mean that the creativity ends there.
Sure.
The next year, the what do you call that? Your creativity keeps on going, and does it win? Matters. Doesn't win. Doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, that's as good as it not winning. It's fine.
Sure.
But you know what I mean? Have you done the work? And I was talking a couple of days back. I was having an interview, and someone asked me the exactly same thing. What mattered to you? I said, I remember when I was doing for Bajaj V, and I didn't win that year. I just got a bronze, and everyone thought we were going to wipe out the entire Khans, and I was very upset. And I was walking on the Palais, the other side of Palais. I walked out without my phone and everything. I coming back. I don't know how to come back. I called my wife that I'm done this. I'm not winning this year big in Cannes. We just got a bronze. We're 15 shortlist, one bronze because they are saying you're talking about warship and everything and how you are promoting warship and Bajaj and everything.
Yeah.
So my wife really very interesting thing by saying by not winning a gold as a value of the bike that people has bought it for the reason they bought it. It goes down. It says no. It says does it matters anything to the Bajaj? It says no. Does you feel less proud for what you have created? Your team has created? No. I said, are you still proud of your team? I said no. And the what the fuck? Why you are worried about not winning? You know, I think that's what it is. You know, Soumya. I think it is matter, but it matters that moment when you the anticipation. For me, when you win, I'm the most calmest person.
True.
All my business partners know this story. Before the cans, I'm like it's a different human being. I'm totally stressed out. I'm like, oh the shit, the world is shit. Or the moment the win happens, you're the most calmest and says it happens.
Yeah.
If it happens, happen. If it doesn't happen, it's fine. If it doesn't happen, because no, my team has done a great job. They tried a lot. Forget my team. I think the India, we have done a great job. Like everyone did a great job. I think every agency did a great job. Either it's starting from Ogilvy to I think Enormous to FCB to VML. Uh, to talented to together everyone to every agency I can think of, they've done a great job. I think and that's the only thing we can do. You can do the job and leave it for the rest and see what happens. It still matters.
Okay.
Feels good.
Also, since you just mentioned about the invigilators, you've also been one of the few creative experts to be jurors in various global forums. How do you think the jury
Yeah,
perspective with Canline is evolving over the years? Are you witnessing any shifts from big grand storytelling to a more nuanced or inclusive narratives, if we may say so?
I think I think it depends on what happens in the jury room, who is the jury president. It changes a lot. Uh, you know what you may think, and you know what I mean as a jury, and when the jury president's point of view changes a lot, and it changes on how progressive your president is.
Got
Like I was lucky. I was lucky to like I was trained under some really great jury presidents. I was trained under them. I see how what do you call that? How progressive they were, how diversity they were looking at diversity, they were looking at continent, they were looking at is the work has come from a certain continent or not, is solving a problem or not. I think I was lucky to be on those panels and everything. And so when I start becoming jury, I realize jury president. I start becoming jury presidents in places. I realize it's very important to not to have one kind of point of view, but a biased point of view. I'll say the one kind of biased point of view, but to have a point of view of the room. And the room is so diverse sometimes, and you don't know where it's going and which side you're going. You have no control about anything. You know what I mean? You liked a piece of work when you are judging it alone in that room, in that dark room, when at night 10 o'clock, because night 10 p.m. because they say "Ki today is the last deadline at 12 o'clock. You're working on those work and judging those work and says, "ये आपको अच्छा लगा क्यों नहीं अच्छा लगा?" But some other judges come into the room and have a very different and fresh perspective that you saw about. And it changes your entire mood and tone because there in the room, you are not there to kill a work, but to reward a work. And the best thing about creativity is when you thrive, when you are actually getting the best out of people. You know what I mean? It is not the world of melancholy when you write a poetry. You know what I mean? You're seeing the best piece of work. You are so positive, and you're seeing it. What the next thing is going to be? What the next generation is going to see? I think it's put that pressure for you to get the best, and you never know what work actually changes. Sometimes one piece of work can change the entire mood. Sometimes one jury can change the entire mood. Sometimes one jury president's point of view can change the entire mood. You have no idea about it. And the one thing has never changed in our industry is humanity. Brands doing good for brands, people. That's not going to change. That's never going to change.
On that note, Rajdeepak, help me understand. As you also mentioned in one of your answers, there's this rising momentum of Indian agencies at global awards. What do you think is fueling this creative confidence? Has India really, found its own distinct voice on a global stage, or it is yet to take that big leap?
I think, I think, um, I think somewhere when we are doing good, we just look forward, but how good we'll be getting. We miss the early days of Indian creatives who actually start breaking the what do you call that all the boundaries and the walls and the ceilings, whatever you want to say. Like I think the journey started, I think, early days with Piyush,
Yeah,
and then Prashun started the entire journey and everything, and that fueled the next generation, saying, okay, even we can do that.
correct.
Even we can be having work that is world class. And then a lot of us came from out of country and says we come back because you know what I mean, how can we tell this Indian story to the world? Come on, we have 1.4 billion stories. I'm not just talking population, 1.4 billion stories and 1.4 billion ways of telling a story. I think now what we are doing, we're actually finding a different ways to tell a story to the world. I think we are proud about who we are now. I think I'll give it to the previous generation before us. I think they give us a runway to take off. Either the Pius and Prasun or Balki, or even I will give it Josie and Aggie. You know what they give the runway for us to take off. You know what I mean? And it was a moon landing area with moon landing with a lot of craters and everything. They actually work to create polish the generation for us, for that we can take off. I think they give us a voice. I remember when I out of country, people knew who Pius was. Right now, if you go out, people know who Josie is. And the diversity means that what India stands for as a class and everything, and innovation, SDG. India stands for SDG for now. India is winning in data a lot.
Correct.
Right. If you see those things, we are not a generation of creativity. We just work a certain kind of language. We are looking at the next generation, kind of what do you call the innovations and kind of awards that you're winning. It is happened because the journey. It's a journey that you've gone through it. It will evolve a lot. It will evolve much more. We are still way to go, a lot to go. But I think we're in the midway somewhere. We're there somewhere. We're not doing bad. We're not doing good. That much good also. But we are trying. We know that we will rule the year one day, but it'll take time. Maybe the next generation, maybe this generation, I don't know, but we are doing it. We're trying it.
It's better to take some steps and reach to the destination than take no step at all. So we'll all agree that building that momentum and moving in the right direction has to be the first
Yeah, we have
of
to.
winning the
We,
game.
we have to do that. We have to do that. I'm telling you, I think we're not doing that is a criminal, being a criminal, not doing that because someone has built something that much, right? And now our job is to make it more. And I think last year I was in Cannes and we are having a chat with someone. I think someone from Cannes, and someone tell like you can't ignore India anymore.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? Again, India, I can't ignore you. We can't ignore you guys. Not India. You can't ignore you guys. So when we went when you guys, I says I we mean India. I said, okay, get it. So
Excellent.
of course you can't. You should not also.
That's an excellent story. Acha, since you mentioned about the runway part, I have to admit that the Cathay Pacific campaign has to be my favorite out of all the submissions that you have made. Of course, everything is to the destiny if that really wins or no. But I would love to know your personal favorite campaign from this year's Canline, any Indian or global. Also, was there a piece of work that really made you stop, reflect, or even feel something very deeply?
I think I like the piece of work. It's not because of if I come from the same group and something, but I like the piece called AXA. The three words solution is it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. Whatever like we talk about humankind story, and that's what it is, right? You know what they have done actually? They have changed the home insurance with the three words extra. It says if you have a fire, you have a flood, you can change the home, but They have put three words, that is, and domestic violence.
Oh,
You
wonderful.
can leave it with. You know
Wonderful.
what I mean? Those three words, the powerful three words they put in the contract of every AXA users in home insurance. I think that's fucking amazing. It just does three things. Good for people, good for brand, and good for business. You know what I mean? And I think I I was calling my clients and saying that fuck, I wish we have done something like that.
Wonderful.
You know what I mean? So powerful, so simple, and so human. I think that's one of my favorite piece of work that of this year. I've seen a lot of work, but going through a lot of work, but this one piece of work is amazing. And I think that a lot of other work works also, but I think this was just touched my heart because
Immediate
it's
shout to you.
I believe in this kind of work. You know what I believe in this. How a brand can impact people's life in a good way. When the toughest time you think of a brand, you don't think of if you're not thinking of a friend but a brand, that means I think done the job right.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to come down to my last question from the lot. Uh, we've all realized that CAN has always reflected the larger industry shifts, whether it is from the purpose-driven work to a more tech-enabled creativity these days. What trends or themes do you believe will define this year's festival? What is your expectation?
I think, of course, everyone is asking for humor. The world need more humor, and that's true. You know what I mean? I don't see humor as a humor, always like this thing. I think we need to a little bit smile more. I think that's what we're looking at. You know what I mean? The world is, 2025 is a very tough year for all of us. You know what I mean? And think the way the world has been gone, 225 got worse, and every day some conflict happening different part of the world. And recently I saw some conflict that happened in between Cambodia and Bangkok, Thailand, and now Japan and in the Pacific Ocean, what's going on, and to what's happening in Saudi just now. And and it was just yesterday's thing I'm talking about, and what's happening in LA. The world need to just smile, and we need work that can make us smile, but at the same time should also impact people's life. Because if brands don't do it, who will do it? If creatives don't have the vision, then who will have that? You know what I mean? I always say, right, when the world goes through the toughest time, the musicians play the best music. You know what I mean? And like John Lennon says, the song, give peace a chance. It happened when there was Vietnam War was going on. I think we will see that impact. I promise you this. You know what I mean? Creatives are fighting. We fight a very quiet battle, and mainly because we are part of the corporate world. But we fight a very interesting, positive battle that we're fighting for humankind, and we'll see that happen. You will see that this year. I promise you that. And the next 2 years going to rule that.
The music lover in you has finally come out. I was waiting for it for a long time. But on that note, I'm going to wish you all the best. Thank you for taking out time
Thank you.
today. And I'm going to
Thank
hope
you.
that you bring home the Lions and the Grand Prix. And all the best.